I'm going to be rebuilding the Green Bay Packers, but with the new addition of Jordan Morgan. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. If this video gets to 100 likes, I'll do whatever rebuild the top comment says. Now, a lot of people are going to hate on the Packers offseason, the draft. I think the Packers overall had a great offseason, getting Josh Jacobs. Sure, they lost Aaron Jones, but I feel like Aaron Jones, he was on the decline. A.J. Dillon hasn't been going crazy either. I'm not saying Aaron Jones is necessarily washed. I'm just saying he's not as good as Josh Jacobs. Jordan Morgan, you got him because you lost David Bakhtiari. I personally think Jordan Morgan is worth a second-round pick. I think it was a bit of a reach. I think you could have traded back and still got him in the early to mid-second round, but it was still a necessary pick for the Packers, so I don't think it was a horrible pick. It was just, Cooper DeJean was on the board. That could have been really sick for the Packers, or even Kool-Aid McKinstry. That would have been really sick for them as well, but I understand you got to protect your guy in Jordan Love, and they're actually benefiting Jordan Love rather than giving Aaron Rodgers the bird and saying, no receiver for you. I mean, Jordan Love doesn't really have much in receivers here. Christian Watson, I hope he continues to break out and do well, despite his injuries. Romeo Doubs looks good, and then Jaden Reed, Luke Musgrave. Other than Elton Jenkins, this O-line really isn't that crazy. Zach Tom here, not horrible, but not the best either. Defensively, you got Xavier McKinnon in free agency. That was an amazing signing. Then you also got Javon Bullard here from the draft, so I think that was an amazing pickup in the second round, despite them picking Jordan Morgan in the first round. Whenever I think you can trade back. They also got Hopper in the later rounds, and they got Cooper out of Texas A&M, so I like him as well. I think this is a really good team, especially defensively, but again, Jair Alexander, if he goes down, this secondary might be cooked. I know you have Xavier McKinnon and Javon Bullard, who could or could not be really good. We don't know yet. I know a lot of people have hyped him up, but you can't just say someone's good just because they were good in college, and they may or may not be good in the NFL. Eric Stokes, really nothing special, especially for a first-round pick, so that's why I was saying get Kool-Aid McKinstry or Cooper DeJean. Either way here, really like the defense offensively. You have a bright future with Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs is going to really help this offense, I think. And then obviously the offensive line we need to fix a little bit more. But I like the Packers. Anyways, it's time to move into the midseason mark. 4-2, second in the division. Honestly, I can see these standings right now at the midseason mark in real life. Maybe the Vikings, not that high with J.J. McCarthy or Sam Darnold, whoever the starter is going to be. But for our team ranks, I'm cool with everything. Our defense being 24th in points per game, I don't know about that. Defensive passing game in 5th, and defensive rushing game is 14th. We have a breakout linebacker here in Rashawn Gary here, so he could get superstar X Factor here against the Vikings in this upcoming game. And the winner of this could take the division here, depending on how the Lions do. But for now, let's look at the Scouting National Focus. And for the Scouting National Focus, I think for now, I'm just going to do interior offensive line. I need a new center and a new right guard. And for the players ready to negotiate, Bo Melton, I honestly don't know who this is, but sure, I'm not really going to re-sign him. Michael Pratt's on a one-year deal, I guess. Eric Stokes, I'm not going to accept his option, but in Madden, even though he's not really amazing in real life, in Madden, he's young, he has start dev. Even if he won't be a starter, he can still be a nice depth piece, and he has interest with the team. So I won't accept his option, but I'm probably going to re-sign him. So for now, let's move in to the next week to see if Rashawn Gary got his breakout challenge. And we did end up beating the Vikings 27-24 as we are second in the division because the Lions won their game. But did we get the breakout challenge? I am upset, coach, so we obviously did not get it, but we did get a weekly award, and that weekly award is for Eric Stokes. Wow, the guy that I just talked down on. Either way, 10 tackles and interception for him. He had a nice game. I wish it went to Rashawn Gary, but either way, let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as 3 out of 4 teams made the playoffs in our division as we take the division at 12-5 here to face the 10-7 Vikings, who we beat in week 8, but also we only beat them by 3 points. The Lions are 11-6, Vikings obviously 10-7, Bears 5-12. Our defense is doing poor actually, which is very surprising. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens 3-4 disguise, which I looked up, seems to be doing pretty well online, but obviously here not doing too hot, so I guess I need to patch a few more things. For the stats and awards, Jordan Love looks like a top 10 QB easily, 5th best offense in the NFL, defensively 28th. That doesn't make any sense, but 4,300 yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 104 pass rating, great year for Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs, 19 touchdowns, 5.0 per carry, 1,400 yards, and not even 300 attempts. He had an amazing year with us. And then Christian Watson, almost 100 100 receptions, 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jaden Reed, 7 touchdowns, 900 yards. Romeo Doubs, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. They both did pretty good. And Luke Musgrave, 8 touchdowns, 700 yards. That's a really good season for the tight end. Everyone had a really nice ball distribution there. Quay Walker with 124 tackles for a loss, 13 for Devontae Wyatt, 12 for Rashawn Gary, and 12 for Kenny Clark. Sacks, 11 for Rashawn Gary, 6.5 for Tyron Hopper. Okay, the rookie with 9 tackles for a loss as well. 4.5 sacks for Kenny Clark and Lucas Van Ness. Interceptions wise, 5 for Eric Stokes, 4 for Xavier McKinney. Eric Stokes is actually balling in simulation for us, despite him not being crazy in real life. 0 safeties and 0 defensive touchdowns. Can we beat the divisional rivals, the Minnesota Vikings, who are third in the division, to move on to the divisional round here? We do not, of course. We get upset in the very first round, 24-14. Let's move into the offseason. And the Chiefs beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. This happens in every simulation, I feel, or maybe vice versa. Drew Tranquill wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP and the Offensive Player of the Year. There are no awards here for the Packers. In the NFC North, position minimum for the Vikings, which doesn't matter, retires. Then Pat Pete retires on the Lions. Then Mercedes Lewis retires on the Bears. For the team upgrades, Jordan Love goes to Superstar Dev. Luke Musgrave goes to Superstar Dev. That's great to see for the team. Defensively, looking into it. Any other upgrades? Quay Walker goes to Superstar. Xavier McKinney goes to Superstar. And Eric Stokes also goes to Superstar. So a lot of upgrades to Superstar, which is amazing for the team. We can definitely win a Super Bowl within 4 years with this team, I believe. So not too much of a rebuild, but there are some pieces the Packers need to fix, which I'm obviously here to do. So let's move into the re-signings. And for the re-signings, again, Eric Stokes, even though, I mean, he now has Superstar Dev, and he actually had 5 interceptions for us, so he's actually doing really good in simulation. I want to re-sign him, but I don't want to accept his option. I'd rather just pay him since he's a low overall, which will make his contract cheaper. Everyone else here, I'm just not interested in. I'm not going to ball out in free agency because I still have to pay Jordan Love, so I'm not going to pick up too many big players, but maybe 1 or 2 if I want. After free agency, I didn't want to go all out, but I'm getting Jordan Love, a real wide receiver 1. I like Christian Watson, I like Jaden Reed, but Christian Watson's injured a lot, and then Jaden Reed and Romeo Doubs are more like receiver 2 or slot guys. Amari Cooper is a clear-cut #1 guy. He is 30 years old. I got him on a 3-year expensive deal, but if he does regress too far and he stops putting up numbers, I will trade him. Mike Hilton on a 1-year deal just as depth as well, so I didn't ball out in free agency, but this is pretty good. So I know I got Mike Hilton and Eric Stokes is doing well, but DeMarcus Fuller here looks like the best player available. 6'4", 184 out of Minnesota, man-to-man archetype, elite speed, good acceleration, great change of direction here, A catching, A man, B zone, B tackle. He looks great. I'm going to pull the trigger on this. Normal dev, of course. Why would the guy who's athletic and very skilled have a dev, right, guys? 95 speed, 94 change direction, 91 acceleration. Normal dev sucks, but his skills look really good. In round number 2, picking up center Zach Throne here out of Washington. Did I say Throne or is it Thorn? I'm stupid. It's Thorn. I'm really dumb. My bad. I saw the R before the O. Whatever. Either way, 6'1", 304, 85 strength, hidden dev, 84 acceleration, A lead block, A run block finesse, A's and B's just in general. He looks good. Now, this is the team after the draft. I mean, it looks like the AI picked up this guy named Herbert here. We're probably not going to use him, but O-line looking a little bit better here. Offense is looking better in general. I guess the AI also picked up a new QB, Luke Nelson here. Obviously not going to use him. Field general. Did it say he was out of Harvard? My boy got a big brain. Defensively, what do we got? Rashawn Gary goes up to X Factor. Why does he have shutdown? Why can't the AI use its brain and realize that he is clearly an edge rusher? But we're going to use all of those. The superstar abilities are right, but my God, shutdown on an outside edge rusher? Not liking that. Anyways, Fuller is an 80 overall. That's a really good overall, but it blows that he doesn't have a dev. So he's going to be in the slot. We're going to move him there. Watson's going to be in the slot as well. Everyone else looks good. Can I cut Preston Smith? Like, do I really need this guy on the team? Yeah, Preston Smith is 31 years old. He's taking up a bunch of cap. I save only 100,000 by cutting him, but I also save myself time from next year, and it also gives Lucas Van Ness more reps. So we're going to put him as the starter, and yeah, he's gone. So we're cool with that. And I'm also going to sign a mentor QB for Jordan Love's XP. Going to be signing Andy Dalton as a mentor QB for Jordan Love. At the midseason mark, after improving our team, we're now 3-4, bottom of the division, and the Bears are ballers. For my team ranks, the Ravens playbook sucks, dude. I'm switching out of this. I was told so many times that 3-4 disguise Ravens playbook was the meta. It's clearly not. My team does not work at all. Maybe 3-4 under, and then let's try Pittsburgh's defense. For the scouting and national focus, is there anything I need in particular? I still need a right guard, but I think for now, should I do defensive tackle or defensive end? Maybe defensive end to help out Kenny Clark. For the players ready to negotiate, Jordan Love is about to get a fat payday. Only $40 million a year whenever Trevor Lawrence got 55. Absolutely, I'll take this. He re-signs on that. Kenny Clark is 28, so he's about to start regression, but I'll still sign him for a 3-year contract to keep him for the rest of the rebuild. Eric Stokes here. Do want to get this out of the way? Oh, yeah. Only $6 million a year for a guy who's a superstar dev, 25 years old, and gave us 5 interceptions last year? Absolutely. I'll take that. Edgerrin Cooper here, he should be on a 4-year deal, so I'll change that. Josh Myers, I'm not interested in. Mike Hilton was just a 1-year signing, and everyone else here I'm not really that interested in. Quay Walker, do I want to accept his option? Probably, maybe. Devontae Wyatt, definitely not. Edward Hoyt here, is he a rookie? Yeah, he was oh no, he just now is a rookie. I thought he was actually a real player, but he was an AI generated player. I don't know if I'm going to re-sign him, probably not. Anyways, let's move into the playoffs. And we finished 7-10, bottom of the division. My favorite EA game ever. So our defense clearly still sucks, so I'm going to do 3-4 base. I hate that I always have to figure this out and EA just doesn't guide you on basic tips on how to do this. So I'm just going to try base 3-4 and New England's defense. Maybe that'll work. Dallas offense is always just goated, but defensively, it is a struggle. For the stats and awards, Jordan Love, baller again, top 10 QB, best offense in the NFL, but one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and we finished 7-10. My God. Jordan Love still threw 13 interceptions, though. Not the best, but 36 touchdowns, 4,700 yards, 108 pass rating. Technically, it's better than last year, other than the interceptions. Josh Jacobs, 15 touchdowns, 5.3 per carry, 1,400 yards. He looks great. Amari Cooper, 110 receptions, 1,500 yards, 6 touchdowns. Baller. Christian Watson, 10 touchdowns, almost 1,100 yards. Jaden Reed with 950 yards, 2 touchdowns. Luke Musgrave with 13 touchdowns. That could be an X factor, 630 yards. And then Romeo Doubs, as I said before, wide receiver 4s do absolutely nothing in Madden. Quay Walker, 131 tackles for a loss, 16 for Kenny Clark, sacks. Really, this is what I get from the Steelers and the Ravens playbook. This is so sad. Interceptions, 3 for Jair Alexander. Safeties is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. And the Chiefs win back-to-back Super Bowls here, having 4 Super Bowl wins in a row if you count their in-real-life ones, beating the Lions in the Super Bowl. Chris Jones wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins 3-time league MVP in a row. 4-time league MVP, but 3 in a row now, if you guys know what I mean. And then there are no awards here for the Packers. In the NFC North, Andy Dalton retires as a mentor, and then Harrison Smith retires, and Danico Autry retires on the Bears. For the team upgrades, Jordan Love goes up to Superstar X Factor despite throwing 13 receptions. Amari Cooper, I guess he doesn't go up to X Factor for him only having 16 touchdowns, but he had 1,500 yards. Surprised after having 13 touchdowns, Luke Musgrave doesn't go to X Factor either. And then Thorne here has Star Dev defensively. What do we have? Any other upgrades? Eric Stokes goes to Superstar X Factor. That's surprising. Everyone else here looks the same. 87 overall team. Let's move into the re-signings. For the re-signings, Quay Walker, I'll accept his option. He's been doing great for us. Devontae Wyatt can walk. I can't believe he was a first-round pick. He was like, what, 25 years old as a rookie? 24. He was mega old for a rookie. Everyone else here I'm just not interested in. Let's move into free agency. After free agency, I got Wyatt Teller on a 3-year deal, and I'm bringing back Rasul Douglas here on a 2-year deal. He may be 30. They're both 30, but they're both a high overall, so I think they'll last the rest of the rebuild. I think these are good signings. I'm at pick number 10, and there's a defensive end here, Jashawn Warner out of Michigan. His skills don't look amazing, but I need a defensive end. He may not be exactly a 3-4 defensive end, but he has elite speed. B's across the board. He's definitely not a top 5 prospect based on his skills, but he's definitely a guy to keep an eye on. Then you got another guy here, Roman Justice. He's a bit heavier, a bit bigger of a guy out of Penn State here. He's left-handed, doesn't really matter, but he looks a little bit better. He has F injury. Good thing injury is turned off, but honestly, I want to pull the trigger on this guy because I lost Devontae Wyatt. He wasn't really that good anyways, but he looks a little bit better than the guy who was a top 5 prospect. So Roman Justice here, hidden dev, 6'4", 277 out of Penn State, 86 strength, 83 speed, 84 acceleration, A's and B's across the board. In round number 2, getting right guard Norman Ambrose out of Missouri, 6'2", 304, 87 strength, 76 acceleration, hidden dev, A's across the board, A's and F's, I guess, across the board if you want to say it like that, but either way he's going to be a starter just because of the dev. And then in the 3rd round, picking up defensive tackle Tavarius Bynes here out of Oregon, 6'4", 285, hidden dev, 85 strength, 80 acceleration, A's and B's across the board as well. Now this is the team after the draft. I completely forgot we signed Wyatt Teller. That's my bad, so I guess we have depth here at my guard position, so sure, why not, I guess. And we're just going to leave it at that. Don't want to talk about it, but the team looks great offensively. Defensively, hopefully I don't get screwed over by the AI again. I improved my defensive rushing game by a lot. Looks like the AI picked up this guy named Young as well. I feel like I'm doing really good here in terms of depth. Fuller, Douglas, Stokes. I'm going to put Stokes at the 2 just because the X factor. Douglas is going to be at the 3, and then Fuller is going to be in the slot, which I'm cool with. Jaden Reed is also in the slot as well. So everyone else looks good here defensively. Please just let these playbooks work, because I know how good 4-3 playbooks are. I'm not really skilled with 3-4s, but for now, let's move into the midseason mark. 3-4, third in the division. The Vikings are 0-6. The defense has improved. It's not as good as it should be, but honestly, it's better than it was, so I'll take it at this point. And for the scouting national focus, sure, I guess depth at middle linebacker. I don't need anything else other than just for the team to win games. And for the players ready to negotiate, Josh Jacobs, Xavier McKinnon, Christian Watson. I might have spent too much money in free agency here. Rashid Walker here, my second string left tackle behind Jordan Morgan. I'm going to trade him because I know he has value as 77 overall left tackle. And the Patriots need a left tackle, so I'm trading him to the Patriots for a 3rd round pick. Josh Jacobs, Xavier McKinnon, Christian Watson. I might have to do something. Romeo Doubs is unfortunately going to have to walk here because after I pay Xavier McKinnon and probably tag Josh Jacobs, I won't be able to sign him. I want Christian Watson back. A.J. Dillon's probably going to have to walk. Zach Tom I want back as well. Why did Devontae Wyatt re-sign? I guess the AI picked him up in free agency because I definitely didn't re-sign him. Anyways, apart from that, hopefully we make the playoffs in the 3rd year. Let's move into the playoffs now. So it seems like that defensive playbook worked out. I think I ran base 3-4, and then with New England's defenses, we were 12-5 at top of the division. Never mind, the defense still sucks for absolutely no reason, but I guess that is what it is. Stats and awards here. Jordan Love, top 10 QB once again. 4th best offense in the NFL. Defensively, 24th. I mean, I guess it's better than 30th. Jordan Love, 4,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 116 pass rating. Very similar to his first year with us in the simulation. Josh Jacobs, 6.4 per carry. He's balling. 22 touchdowns, 1,600 yards. He's doing amazing, and he didn't even have 300 attempts. He only had 250. That's actually nuts. Amari Cooper with 91 receptions, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Jaden Reed, 10 touchdowns, 900 yards. Christian Watson, 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Quay Walker with 119 tackles for a loss, 16 for Rashawn Gary sacks. Like, dude, come on. Roman Justice is leading the team. Why is my 90 overall superstar X Factor only producing 4.5 sacks, dude? Interceptions, 4 for Quay Walker, 4 for Jair Alexander. I'm not going to change the playbook because we're winning games, but it's pretty frustrating. And finally, for defensive touchdowns, Javon Bullard has 1, and also Kentan Opala. I don't know who that is. My boy, he apparently has a defensive touchdown as well. Can we beat the Philadelphia Eagles with our terrible defense to move on to the divisional round? Highly doubt it, but we actually do. 21-14 here to face the 12-5 Seattle Seahawks. They get the home field advantage here. Can we move on to the conference championship with this team? We do. 21-16 as we are here to face the San Francisco 49ers. Despite our defense being ranked 24th, we held the Seahawks to only 16 points. Hopefully we can do the same here to the Niners and move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Niners. They're going to open up with 7, and the Packers open up with 7 as well. I don't know why I said it in third person. Either way, 14-10 here, 21-10. Offense needs to step up. Defense as well. I mean, I know our defense isn't the best, but at least we take the lead here as it makes it 31-24, 31-31 here, 34-34, 34-34. Will we be going to overtime here? I'm not even going to play that. And they're going to start out with a touchdown. That means I have to go down the field, get a touchdown as well with the 2-point conversion. Because if you're going to go down, get a touchdown, you might as well go for the 2-point conversion because the other team could just get the ball and kick a field goal, and that will be the game. 2nd down and 10. Let's see what we have. Luke Musgrave. Let's move him up the field. I don't need a rush at all. I don't think if the clock hits 0, it won't really matter. I think I should have Amari Cooper up here. Luke Musgrave should take away the safety. No, he's not going to get off his guy, but Y will be open here, and that's going to be Jaden Reed as he drops the ball, of course. 4th down and 1. Of course, we're going to have to go for this, so I'm just going to hand it off here to Josh Jacobs with the lead up the field. He's going to power forward. That should be forward progress, and it will be a 1st down. 1st and 10. Let's see what we got here. Lead this up the field to Luke Musgrave. He's going to be wide open. I'm pretty sure if the clock hits 0 in overtime while we're down, we should be fine. It should just go to the next overtime. 1st and 10. We're going to give this here to Josh Jacobs on the draw. I completely misread that, but still 2nd and 4. 2nd down and 4. What do we have here on the screen for Josh Jacobs? Yep, block Fred Warner up the field. Keep moving. open. 1st and 10. What are we going to have here? Maybe up the field? No, I'm going to have Y to the outside. That's going to be Jaden Reed. He's going to get out of bounds. 16 seconds left. Again, I'm not aware of the overtime rules. Hopefully I get this in time. 2nd down in inches. What are we going to have? This should be wide open for Jaden Reed. I'm going to take a timeout here because, again, I'm just stupid. 1st and goal. What are we going to have? Let's step up in this pocket with Jordan Love. Maybe I can run. I'm not going to be able to run. Why not? They got a 3-man set here, so I'm obviously going to run this with superstar Josh Jacobs. I don't know why they're running a 3-man set on the goal line. Josh Jacobs gets pushed into the end zone, and I guess I'll never know about the overtime rule. I know in the Super Bowl it worked a little bit differently, but here we're going to not win? Really? It didn't let me play the 2-point conversion. You're kidding me, dude. Why would you not let it? It tells me to hop in key moments. Why would you not let me hop in for the key moments of the 2-point conversion? Why would you not let me hop in for that? That's the dumbest way to possibly lose, dude. I'm actually upset now. And the Bills win their first Super Bowl ever over the Niners. It should have been us, but Gregory Rousseau wins the Super Bowl MVP. Dak wins the league MVP. Sure, dude. Mike McCarthy wins another Coach of the Year for no reason. And Roman Justice wins Defensive Rookie of the Year for us. In the NFC North, our punter retires and Kevin Byard retires on the Bears. For the team upgrades offensively, we look the exact same. Defensively, what do we have? Roman Justice goes up to superstar dev. Quay Walker gets X Factor. It's great for the team. But anyways, let's move into the re-signings. And also, before I clicked out, I saw that our defensive back Fuller got star dev as well. And for the players ready to negotiate, Josh Jacobs, I want him back, but am I going to pay him $22 million a year? Probably when I tag him. But Xavier McKinnon actually has an interest with the team. I'll give him a little bit more of a bonus so that way I know he stays. He does stay with the team. Then I have Christian Watson, Lucas Van Ness for an option, so sure, I'll accept the option. Romeo Doubs is going to walk. He's a 4th string anyways. A.J. Dillon's going to walk. Zach Tom I do want, but do I want him or do I want Christian Watson? I think I would want Christian Watson here over Zach Tom, and then I'm going to tag Josh Jacobs. So I'm going to make sure Josh Jacobs doesn't sign with us on this contract, so I'm just going to completely dump out his contract. He has no interest with the team. I'm going to franchise tag him after I get Christian Watson. So we're going to put Christian Watson on a 3-year deal. He resigns. Only have $7 million left. Zach Tom, Devontae Wyatt, all these other guys. I'm not going to be able to re-sign, so I'm going to tag Josh Jacobs. Losing Romeo Doubs doesn't matter. A.J. Dillon doesn't really matter, but Zach Tom, I need to find that replacement. So let's move into the draft. Actually, I just realized I don't need to find his replacement because I drafted this right guard who ends up being the replacement at right tackle, so it all worked out anyways. So the board that I currently had was trash, so I tried to go best player available in Kevin Reyes here out of Virginia, 6 foot, 220. Normal dev, not really that crazy in any stat particularly. He just looks very well balanced with A hit power. Now this is the team moving into the 4th and final year. I still think we built up a really good team. It was total BS how we lost that conference championship, but this is what we got going on. I think it looks really good. I'm sure in my next rebuild, I'm only going to be running 4-3s because 3-4s are unbelievably annoying to run in Madden. But anyways, apart from that, let's move in to the playoffs for the 4th and final year. And here we are in the playoffs once again, 13-4, top of the division. Defensive points per game is 6, so I guess this is the meta. And I need to take note for this just in case I do another 3-4 rebuild. Base 4-3, New England's defense is what I need to remember. For these stats and awards here, Jordan Love, top 10 QB once again, 2nd best offense, 15th best defense. I mean, it's not crazy as it should be, but still, I'll take it. We're winning games. We're 13-4. Jordan Love, 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, 6 receptions, 109 pass rating, been very consistent for us. Josh Jacobs, 25 touchdowns, 5.7 per carry, 1,800 yards. This should be Offensive Player of the Year. Amari Cooper, 111 receptions, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. This should be X Factor. Luke Musgrave, really? He's 2nd for receptions and yards? That's surprising. 837, but 3 touchdowns. Jaden Reed, 10 touchdowns, 700 yards. Christian Watson, I just signed you for a nice contract over my right tackle, and this is what you give me, dude? Come on. Quay Walker with 128 tackles for a loss, 16 for Jim easily here. I guess that's the guy that I picked up in the 1st round. Well, I mean, the 2nd round, so I guess he's not bad. 15 for Rashawn Gary, sacks 9 for Rashawn Gary, 7 for Kenny Clark, 4.5 for Lucas Van Ness. Lucas Van Ness does nothing in simulation. Sure, 11 tackles for a loss is good, but he was like a top 15 pick. I expect more here. Interceptions, 2 for Jair Alexander. We only had 4 interceptions the entire year. That is extremely disappointing. Safety 0, defensive touchdowns is 0. I never play in the wild card round, but can we beat the Los Angeles Rams to go back to the divisional round here? If we do make it, I will play it, and we do. 42-10, blowing them out. I will play against the Eagles here because we don't have a Super Bowl ring yet. Hopefully I can get this in this 4th and final year. Here we are against the Eagles, 7-7 start here, 10-14. Oh my gosh, scoring is happening so quickly, but 17-17 game at the end of the half here. We're going to open up with nothing. They're going to respond with 7. We're going to respond with only 3. They can't make this a 2-score game or else we're cooked. Just do something, please. 1st and goal, you got this. Don't choke this. 3rd and goal, don't choke this. 27-24, and they choked it, but I guess the Eagles missed the kick, so I'm cool with that. We're going to be moving on to the conference championship. Here we are to face the 9-8 Seattle Seahawks in the conference championship. Here we are against the Seahawks. They're going to start out with a pick 6, I think that was. 7-0 start, now 7-7 here. It would be nice if the offense did something. 14-7. Offense, please score points. 10-14 here. 17-10 at halftime. We open up the half with 7. Offense finally does something here. 23-17, 24-23. That 1 point is going to cost the Seahawks here. 3rd down and 2. I'm going to hop into this real quick just to make sure that they get it. 3rd and 2, just running it with Josh Jacobs, make it real simple for the AI. He's going to power forward. 1st and 10, I'm going to let the AI take back over. What will the AI do? Please don't screw me. They're going to give me a touchdown, 31-26. The Seattle Seahawks offense may clutch up here. They do not clutch up, but we punt the ball back to them. And what just happened, dude? How did we sell that bad? It was a 2-minute drill. You have Josh Jacobs run the ball. Why is Caleb Williams on the Seahawks? Oh my gosh, dude. I'm so mad. I am so unbelievably mad. JSN scored a 98-yard touchdown. Why the hell are you not running 3-man deep here? Like, there's 40 seconds left. They can't do anything. What are you doing? Like, I just got screwed. Both conference championships. My AI sold me. Both times. I'm genuinely upset. And these Seahawks, and Caleb Williams wins the Super Bowl as he also wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. Like, I've had people comment before, why do you hop into games? It's quote unquote cheating. People have called me cheating for hopping into games because it makes it too easy if I hop into games and just play the game and win the game. I hop in for a couple moments. If it's a total blowout and I can't come back and I lose the game, it is what it is. It's not like I'm just going to jump in for that. If I lose, I lose. But this is exactly the reason why I hop into games, because the AI is moronic. I didn't think we punted the ball back to the Seahawks. They had no timeouts. It was 30 seconds left. All we had to do was play 3-man deep, and they burnt us with JSN for a 98-yard touchdown. What the hell are we doing? And then on top of that, whenever I click key moments to hop into the game for the Niners and I score a touchdown, I'm expecting to play the 2-point conversion. No, it doesn't let me play the quote-unquote key moments. Dude, it's literally the game-winning 2-point conversion, and the AI doesn't consider it to be a 2-point conversion. The AI is unbelievably frustrating in Madden. Oh, well, it's an AI, Vic. It's not supposed to be smart. It's not supposed to be smart, but this is a AAA company, and they can't add basic features into the game. It's very frustrating playing this game. But anyways, I'm going to chalk it up as an L rebuild, and I'm not even going to take blame for this one. I'm genuinely frustrated with the AI. I have to hop in and baby the AI into everything, or else I won't get the results I want. Anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching my unbelievable frustration video. I'm also taking a vacation for a week, so I'm going to try to record multiple videos, then drop them at different times, but I won't be able to record back-to-back daily videos for about a week. But anyways, guys, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.